fate of embattled Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru will be known today on the Senate plenary meets to deliberate on the report by its probe committee. The Speaker of the Senate, Ken Lusaka, has set aside this afternoon as a date to decide on the impeachment of Waiguru by the Kirinyaga County Assembly over abuse of office and graft allegations. And as Patrick Amimo reports, the embattled governor has been accused of creating a corruption web involving 2 county officials. Well, let's speak now to Patrick Amimo on what lies ahead for the governor and, indeed, the Senate. Amimo, many thanks for joining us this afternoon. There is word that the committee is or may be dismissing all the charges because MCAs may have failed to prove the claims against the governor. What more can you tell us?
Those are some of the reports that are emerging, but then the test in the pudding will be after the report is tabled before the plenary for members to discuss. But remember that the governor was facing at least 5 charges, one of it being the abuse of office. There are also charges to do with the failure to comply with the Public Finance Management Act and also the Public Disposal Act. There are also allegations on a foreign trip that the governor undertook, which, according to the members of the County Assembly, she did not travel and which she later on claimed undue benefit of about 10 million shillings. And we saw the governor in her defense. She told the county, she said that the County Assembly had exceeded that amount by 4.6 billion shillings. So maybe probably according to the governor, she might have gone out and or whatever it is, but then she was contesting the 10 million shillings that the county was claiming she was paid on her account as a personal benefit. She said that particular 10 million shillings was exceeded by 4.6 million shillings. So that matter, that area is still daisy. We saw also the claim that some of the unsettled interests were some of the interests that are, according to law, that are supposed to be paid within 2 weeks when an officer comes back to the station. Some of the pending, those interests were paid just last month when the impeachment motion was before the County Assembly. So those are some of the things that will be looked into. We are also having 2 officials, 2 staff, one who is a former personal assistant to the governor and who is now was later appointed to be the county administrator. That is Pauline Kamau. And also another, the governor's advisor on matters ICT, that is Wayne, who is also a member, these 2 who sat on the tender committee, and they are said to have exercised enormous influence on who should be awarded those particular lucrative tenders at that county level. And most of these are the feeling of the members of the County Assembly that these appointees of the governor who are imposed of those particular tender committees that did more than 40 lucrative tenders in the county were put there to influence these particular bids to favor those people or contractors that had a blue eye for the governor. But then it was for the County Assembly to establish that particular link. We saw lawyer Kamodo Waiganjo representing Anne Waiguru claiming that the council for the County Assembly had failed to establish that nexus or the link on whether these particular monies that had ended up in these particular transactions from these particular projects, the multi-billion shillings projects, whether they ended up into an account that is owned by the governor, Anne Waiguru, for them to be able to pin her that she had benefited from those particular transactions. So, based from what went on in those particular 2 days proceedings, I think it's also for the Senate. In fact, they had already adopted it before, one time before the County Public Accounts County Public Accounts and Investments Committee sessions when they are grilling governors on how they use funds at the county level. They had said that an officer from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission should be part of the proceedings. But this particular matter, when it was before this particular special committee, we did not see any representative from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Maybe it's something that in future, these particular committees, when they are undertaking a matter of this critical importance, then these officers from Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission should be ingrained so that some of these things, the loose ends that appear in the committees, they can take over the matter, they can be seized of the matter and see that those particular officers who are responsible are also brought to book. But then, this particular matter, even before it went to the Select Committee, there were issues, there were concerns that there are there are those political forces might influence this particular process, and we saw there are those who are of the view that it should be tackled at the plenary, yet others said at the committee level. So those particular matters, this afternoon we expect, once the report is tabled, the senators will rise to the occasion and provide leadership and not be swayed by the political decisions or political party positions, but they'll take the independent positions based on the report and evidence before the committee, while they debate the matter and also vote on it.
Patrick, it cannot go two ways from here. What happens now when the Senate special team finds that the allegations have not been substantiated, and what happens in the event the allegations have been substantiated?
If the committee will arrive at a decision that there were no enough evidence to impeach the governor, then that particular report or that particular motion will be dismissed, and the governor will go back to her office and continue dispensing her work, as it were. But should they find maybe there are certain allegations that are impeachable, then members will be allowed to vote onto those particular allegations, and depending if they then 2/3 of the senators, if they find those particular allegations valid, then the governor will be kicked out of office. But then that will depend on the report. Once it's tabled, we'll have to see whether there are any confirmed allegations available, and if not, then the governor will continue doing her work in Kirinyaga County, and people of Kirinyaga will, those who had thought that maybe she should be kicked out, then we'll have to live with that particular decision until the next coming election, maybe where they'll have another opportunity to exercise their universal suffrage and vote her out of office if they think she really did abuse office during her tenure.
That is our senior reporter Patrick Kamimo there, keeping an eye